Right, people, how to draw an old school hand holding a rose. Now, I'm doing this on Procreate. You can do this on paper, you can use pencils, paints, markers, whatever you want. There's only one major difference. When I sketch on here, I use red. If you do it on normal paper, just use normal pencil, because red's kind of hard to rub out. Right, so here we go. Going to plot a basic shape. So we're going to start off with a rectangle, not too long, about that sort of way in length. I'm going to create a curve, come from a little bit higher than this line just here to that corner. I kind of want to follow that line through, following the rough sort of shape on this side, so almost kind of parallel, but just a little bit wider, just on that corner. This one's going to curve up, and you're going to bring back that circle back into that line. Then we're going to have 4 fingers, so we're going to have the base, which you're going to break up into separate bits. So it's going to be in 2 sections each time. So you got the one bit there, one bit there, one bit here. I'm going to have these last 2 a little wider out, because I want the fingers to focus in a different direction. So that's the bottom bases, and then we're going to create 2 more sausage shapes just on top. Curve them to the side, so I've got 1, 2. Remember, this is the middle finger, so it's a tiny bit longer, so it comes up a tiny bit higher. This one coming out to the side, and that one going there. And then in this part here, we're going to have the rose. So for this, we're going to start off with the base. I'm going to start here. Just going a bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. Going to curve outwards, inwards, then a tiny bit outwards. Then curving a bit wide, and come back to where I started. Quite similar on the other side, just going to do 1 curve low, so it's going to bend a bit that way. Come down wide, and come back into it. We're going to bring a line across. Little dip, and that's going to sit behind that finger. Going to create a little line just here, just to kind of circle around that edge. To the centre part, I'm going to come up high and come down. So I've got a little arch just there. 2 little lines down the centre of it. 1 little one just kind of across. Another one just at the top there. So 2 curves. This one's going to come up a bit wider to a point. Curve around. And then a bigger one at the top. Going quite wide. Off the side here, I'm going to bring a little line coming outwards. Dip in once. Dip in twice. Similar thing just on that bit just there. I'm going to create some pebbles on the outside, so it's going to bring a nice curve there. It's going to go behind that thumb section. This one I want roughly in this kind of area, so just put in a rough circle shape, and then you can kind of detail it. Like this one, I'm going to come out, make it a bit wiggly, come back in. This one here is going to be a bit more pointy, so I'm going to come to a point. And that one can just go there, sit behind there. Once you've got that, you can add the leaves. So I'm going to bring a straight line across, come down a little bit, so you've got a little bit at the end, curve out, and come back to the point where you started. Like so. Same thing on this side, just one there, little one just there. And then put a rough sketch line just coming through so you know where your stem would go. So it's going to come there. On the bottom bit, I'm going to make like a teardrop shape. And I can go back up. A little thorn, so just 2 little flick outs just to the side of it. I'm going to create a couple more leaves just behind the hand. Like so. Let's bring this down touch a bit high. And then it's going to create a little bit of detail just around the bottom of the hand now. So I'm going to bring in 2 lines coming across. bunch of semicircles just coming across there, just little dips, just all the way across. Another line at the bottom, and then down here, we'll start from this part, create a curve out, curve back in, so you create like an S-shaping backwards, and do that a couple of times. You want to go quite wide, so you end up with this nice outward angle around the base. Each corner bit on that curve, just curve up a line, coming up to the hand bit. And just on that edge bit, a little bit just on one of those lines as well. So you can see it's all come together quite nice now. I think what I might do is just extend that stem just a little bit. Yeah, it's better, I prefer that. So now we've done that, I'm going to come in, I'm going to switch to hard airbrush, a little bit thicker, make this black, and this is basically like drawing the pen work. So I'm just penning in over the top. So I'm going to go over all the line work we just done around the outside and pen it in. Nothing complicated about this, just picking up all those lines that we sketched in. To the line, I bring this down, I sort of stop it about here. So it's probably about a third of the way through that rectangle we just done. It's important to remember where you've done your lines and which ones go underneath and over the top. Like here, this thumb goes underneath, so I'm not going to draw that thumb underneath. Always worth keeping that in mind before you accidentally make the wrong line. Now don't feel like you have to go the same speed as me. You can pause, stop, rewind as much as you want. You know, speed isn't important at all. You know, the only reason I can draw it this quick is because I've drawn these countless times. So we're getting in it. Let's get these leaves in. Oh, we're doing some little detail parts inside them, and I'll show you how to do that in a sec when I switch up to a thinner liner. And take your time, I'm being pretty quick with this, so some of this isn't going to be perfect the way I want it. You know, just take as much time as you need. Just a hand, part of the rose. Just going to do this bit a bit neater this time. So getting them all back, roughly about the same size, same kind of distance apart. So that's it for the bold outline. Just going to turn off that shade and be done. I'm going to come in with a fine liner now, so you see much thinner. It's going to bring some little detail lines, so 2 lines just up the centre bit there. Thinner lines coming across there and there. And the petals, or the leaves rather, I'm going to create these curves. Coming down, each time going a bit further down. So they're all kind of coming roughly to the same point as we progress up the leaf. Same on this side. Just like so. Same on this one. Same on this one. So I'm going to do little lines, just come here, run parallel with the bottom bit. Just some little detail parts here. Repeating lines just in this gap. Like so. Line just up the centre of these bits. Like so. So that's just little detail bits there just done. You could have more if you want, you could do more pattern work in here. But for this one I quite like it being a bit more simple, so I'm not going to add no more in there. What I'm going to do is put a couple of little tattoos just on the hand. So I'm going to use my red sketching tool. So I think I'm going to put L O V E on the knuckles. And then just here, I think I'm going to have like a gypsy face, but quite a simple one. So just going to draw a box. Like this one for. Going to be quite quick with this. I'm going to do a proper tutorial on how to draw these, so I'm going to be quite quick with this one. So bring a line, little gyp just here. You can put anything you want. You could do no tattoo, you could do other tattoo, anything you want on here. So just bring in the side, make the nose, the mouth, the chin. Coming back, create the eye, bring that line up there. One there. One there. Eyebrow. Nostril. Cheekbone. And I'm just going to create some curves for the hair. Create a bandana come over the top. Hair in the back. As well as that. Neck. A bit of hair there. I'm just going to move this so it fits in quite nicely over the hand bit. There, I like that. So for this one, let's plot these in. I get airbrush in, hard airbrush, black, a bit thicker. So little curve, and straight lines. Love. And it's a bit smaller now. So I'm just quickly going over what we just drew. Just add a bit of hair. And one bit of bandana. Inside the hair, I'm just going to do repeating lines like so. Just following the same shape as those circles or curves. A couple of stray hairs just come off the front. Now we have that. So now we got this. I'm going to make this blue. I always prefer doing my tattoos in blue. And I'm just going to put some shadows underneath. Not too much because I want most of the colour to do most of the trick. Now when I colour on here with the airbrush tool, there's a little trick we do. On paper you don't go over the lines, but on here, as you're going to see here, I got over the line. And then I erase the bits over there. Because doing it digitally you can get a perfect erase. You ain't got to worry about any of it showing through. So yeah, if you did it on paper, just don't go over the line. Just do what I do, just without touching that line. This just makes it quicker. So just as you see, we just kept putting black on the inside and fading out as we got to the lines. It's a very simple way of doing that, but very, very effective. Just a bit bigger. Going to put some black now at the bottom of each of these leaves. Just like so. I want to make the outside parts quite dark, so I want the hand to be quite light. So you get a nice kind of contrast between the two. And now on the inside of this leaf, inside this rose, on those outer petals, I'm going to do a bit of black just at the bottom part of each one of them. Like so. And this one where it dips in, I'm going to have a little bit just on these corners. Same here, just a little bit just here on this side, where that dips. And again, just raise the outside parts. A little bit just here, there, so same principle on all those outside petal bits. Just anytime you get a dip or a little inside section, that's where you want to put your dark areas. Bit of stem inside, just a few little bits just here on that one, so it just sits above this petal, so it's on the inside part of that one. A little bit from this side, a little bit from that side. So just breaking up each little section and giving it its own little personality. A little bit of black just at the bottom of the stem. And that's pretty much it for the black and grey shading. So now I'm going to start off with, I'm going to get a nice kind of fleshy tone. About there should do it for now. Right, so for this, I start off here on the knuckle, so on the inside part, leaving a little highlight just to the left there. Just going to flick this down. So nice and bold in the centre, flicking down. Nice and bold in the centre, flicking down. Nice and bold in that centre, flicking down. Same from the top. And just here, going to create a little bit, leave a little bit of gap between the edge of the lines where the fingers end. So got a little highlight just where knuckles would be. Just going to create a little bit there. And then around the wrist. So come up here, across that side part of the thumb. All the way up, a nice smooth blend all the way up. Just inside bit of the thumb here, and just that little bit in that gap, just a nice straight edge. A little dark bit there, just where it sits underneath that rose. And now, yeah, just erase all the outside parts. And that'd be the hand tone done. You can have fingernails if you want, you know, a lot of time you just skip the fingernails like I'm going to do here. Just the shape of the hand is enough. I'm just going to be a bit more faint, just colour a little bit more across inside the hand. Just make it seem a little bit more full. Just like so. And I'm going to select me a nice green on hard airbrush. And yeah, you've guessed it, like the stem and the leaves now I'm just going to colour in. Just colour in all those leaves. I'm going to get our reds. This is going to colour in this rose. So I'm going to get an airbrush here actually so I can show you where I'd put the tones, because if you start drawing it all in reds you kind of mess up. So around those dark edges you just want to extend from them and bring the red out from there. So coming around there, and then you want to leave like a nice kind of highlight just in between those gaps. So like there, a nice little curve. Here, so going over that black part, going over this black section, over this one. Just leaving a nice highlight. Like so. Do all the same for the outside parts. And it comes together quite quickly. Now, when you're sort of doing it, it feels like sometimes it goes slow, but you sort of do it and all of a sudden you're like, boom, it's there. I've done that on the same layer, I should have done a separate layer. Just be careful not to go over the bits you've already done. Right, going back to the red now. A few bits I'm going to colour in solid. Just going to colour in most of it, and I'm going to come back, do a couple of little bits like a soft, almost like pink tone. So I'm going to select a bit of a lighter one now. Just cutting a few sections. Just to break up all that red. And lastly, just a matter of just colouring in this bottom section. Give me a nice golden yellow. Colouring those bottom strips in yellow. Some nice traditional kind of primary kind of colours. Get a red. It looks like kind of lavender purpley, just for this underside part. And there you have it. There's how to draw an old school neo-traditional kind of hand holding a rose. With the exception of one little bit. There we go. But yeah, you can change it so easy. You know, the sections are sort of change it up. You know, if you sort of want to break it down into sections, the object that's being held, in this one it's a rose, you could have a dagger, you could have a letter, you could have absolutely anything. The lower part of the hands would look like clothing. Just getting different kind of pattern works, different kind of fabric or different sort of shapes, which kind of direction or flow you want it to have. For the hand, direction of the fingers, they're the key. That's what really changes it. You know, and like if you've done a female hand, I always recommend sort of trying to break it into two separate parts for the fingers. So you have one area, two area. As where a realistic hand normally has three. You can do it, but two just looks very feminine. And lastly, tattoos. Adding stuff onto the hands. Always makes it look cool. But yeah, I hope that's helped. You know, please check out my videos, comment, like, subscribe, yada yada yada. And I'll see you next time. Peace.